Yes. What's going on? Let me make sure my tie fixed. I got to make sure we on point. We got people all over the world watching. We got to make sure, I got to make sure I'm on point. We got to make sure we on point. Yeah. Yes. Welcome to another episode, another edition of Roll the Tape Podcast with Manager Marty. I'm your host, Manager Marty. I welcome you. Thank you for joining live and live in color. Not going to hold you too long. We got some boxing to talk about. We also have the business of boxing to talk about. I know what you came here for. Shout out to my guy. As soon as I turned this on, I seen him right in the chat. My fellow Philadelphian, Dean. What's going on, Big Dean? Dean, keep up the good work, Dean. You're doing an excellent job with your content, brother. And I appreciate all of the honest and unbiased commentary that you give on your channel. So I'm going to plug my guy in right now, early on, right before we even start. Y'all go subscribe to Dean by Any Means. Dean by Any Means. That's my guy. Y'all go and listen to him. Check him out. And also, I want to say this. The reason why I'm shouting Dean out is because not only is because he's my guy, not only is it because he's from my city, not only because he represents himself as a gentleman, as a good father, and as a fellow Philadelphian, but he also shouts me out when he uses my slogan, roll the tape. He always says, don't make me roll the tape, like Manager Marty say. And when you got a guy that will always include my name when they associate themselves with using my slogan, you know that man has integrity. You know what I'm talking about? But when somebody don't say my name, when they don't reference me from content that they get from here, like if I did an interview with Victor Conti and people did reaction videos and didn't want to, shout me out, or at least you ain't even got to shout me out because I don't care about that, but at least say the source was from Manager Marty and this is my reaction to what Victor Conti said. At least that at the bare minimum. See, when you got a guy that's not like that is willing to still give the source the credit, that person has some sort of integrity. So I got a double salute to my guy, Dean by Any Means. With that being said, though, I have some members of the channel. I would be remiss because that's a part of the perks that they get. And I got to double salute them too. And I'm talking about the supervisors of the Roll the Tape film crew. Double salute to my guy, Andre Noble. Always a pleasure to see you. I've been gone for a few days, y'all. And I was supposed to come on here on Monday. Keggy, I was supposed to come here on Monday, but I got so exhausted. I'm gonna keep it 100. I got so exhausted on Monday, y'all. I was going to come up here, but I was extremely tired. I had a very, very productive day on Monday, and I did not want to come here and give y'all 20% of me. I don't think that's fair to you all. Investing your time, even if you don't contribute any monetary resources, I'm gonna treat you the same way because that's just the type of person that I am. But you're investing the most important asset, your time. And so I didn't want to come here sluggish and not being able to give y'all 100. Even when I don't feel good, I'm gonna still come up here. But if I'm so exhausted, I'm not gonna be able to do it because I want y'all to experience everything that you're looking for when you come here. So I'm glad that y'all welcoming me today. You know what I mean? Double salute to my guy, another member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew is here. No, I got to call it out when we come. Hey, what's going on, Lucky? What's going on, Asante? Yeah, man, listen, man. We here now. Big Brian, my man Brian King in the building. Listen, we got some boxing. I want to play something for y'all. Y'all know what we're going to talk about today as the viewership is increasing exponentially. I had a very, very special surprise for you all this week. Remember I told you that? Well, here's the thing. The special guest, and I'm talking about, when I say special, I'm talking about very special too. It don't get no specialer than this. But the guest was supposed to come here tomorrow. However, I received notification today that the scheduling conflicts of the guest is not going to permit the time that I allotted for the guest to come. So next Thursday, I'm telling you this right now. So you got to make sure you come back. I'm going to remind you all again sometime next week, but next Thursday, you got to make sure you're here. And I'm going to tell you this now. I'm telling you, if you're watching the live right now, and I welcome you. If you're watching the replay of this live, I'm going to tell you right now, you ought to get your, listen, you know I don't ask y'all for no money. You know I don't ask you for no money. That's not what we do. But I'm going to tell you like this. This interview right here, you better make sure your super chats is ready. I'm talking about this interview right here. Now y'all done saw how we I can speak with Ebonics. Don't worry about the tie. I had business to attend to today. But you know, I can speak in Ebonics. I'm on YouTube. I don't have to be professional all the time. That's why I love coming on YouTube. You know what I mean? But y'all done saw how we do it. I know it's supposed to be seen. Don't worry about it. Y'all done saw how we do it when we do interviews over here. You know that, right? Get your super chats. I'm letting you know a week in advance. I'm letting you know a week in advance. Because when I announce the guest and tell you who it is, listen, I'm starting the year 2024 off right. And we're going to pick it up from here. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say nothing else. Supreme L, what's going on, big dog? I'm not going to say anything else. Very special guest. I'm talking about a khaki. I'm talking about special guest. Ooh. I ain't going to say nothing. Now I'm going to leave it alone. Because if the VP hear me, he going to be like, man, you wasn't supposed to say nothing. But listen, I want to play something that Canelo Alvarez said. I'm going to chop this thing up for you. I'm going to chop this thing up because we got to talk now. I can use all this as a teachable moment. We're going to talk about the business of boxing now. We're going to talk about, you ain't going to find this information nowhere else. That's why I'm glad you're here. That's why I'm glad you came today. But listen, I'm going to play an excerpt of what Canelo Alvarez said in a recent interview. I think he conducted this interview yesterday at the press conference. Salute to Fight Hub TV, who conducted the interview. I don't know the guy's name who had the microphone in his hand that's asking the questions that he asked the question. I think this is his channel on YouTube. I don't know his name, but Fight Hub TV is the name of the source. And he asked Canelo Alvarez a question. I want to dive right into it. Before I do, I want to play the excerpt first. Then I want to talk about the fight between Sebastian Fundora, right? The new replacement fighting Tszyu. I haven't had a chance to talk about none of this, so I'm glad that you are here. This is Canelo Alvarez interview that he conducted at the press conference between him and Jaime Munguia. I believe this was just yesterday. Fight Hub TV is the source. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape, right? Roll the tape.
So what's going for you on the future? Are you going to be a free agent? Like, what happened with you splitting from PBC, then coming back?
I'm very happy to work with everybody. No, I'm happy to work with Al Jaimon, and he's happy to work with me. And if something happened or something there is for me more important, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be good with Jaimon, with everybody. I like to work with everybody, and they know I'm very disciplined, I'm very hard worker, and that's why I can do anything.
Is this true? Let me know if this is true or if people are wrong. Is it true you offered $5 million for a Benavidez fight and then you guys didn't hear back?
No, nothing is true. I don't know where you. Yeah. I
think the dad said, "Oh, they offered us $5 million," and
no, never.
Okay.
Not that I know, and I know everything.
All right, that was Canelo Alvarez. We're gonna deal with what he said about Al Haymon. We're gonna deal with what he said about David Benavidez. We're gonna deal with what he said about this $5 million that apparently David Benavidez Sr. Jose Benavidez Sr. David Benavidez's dad said that they were offered $5 million. We're gonna talk about all of that. Yeah, we're gonna deal with it. Double salute to my guy, member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew, Andre Smith. What's going on, Dre? Hey, here's the thing. we're going to deal with Canelo because I got some questions I got to ask him too. And also, I gotta do this because, you know, it's a shame. It's just really a shame that we couldn't get none of my questions answered. Now, I could be wrong. Now, the last time y'all seen me, I think it was the last time, I did a video. We were live. We were live, just like we live right now. I did a live. I did some excerpts of the live, put them out as videos, published them, right? I asked a series of 5 to 7 questions to Blue Blood Sports TV. We need answers. I'm still waiting for the answers. Now, I'm not asking anybody to just run over there and ask him these questions. He hear it. He know the questions that I asked him. The people that watch his channel, some of them be over here. I'm sure he's heard. I mean, hey, everybody can act like they don't watch the channel, but we know that people do. So all I'm saying is I asked questions the last time I was here, and I still haven't received any answers. Now, I don't watch the guy's content at all, but maybe one of y'all may have seen something. Maybe he did answer. But nobody didn't email me. Nobody didn't call me. Nobody didn't text me and say, Marty, we finally got some answers from, you know, Blue Blood Sports TV, you know, the last time I was here. So I figured if y'all do talk to him, let him know we need answers. Now, with that being said, let's talk about this Tszyu. I'm going right in. Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora. I want to say this to you. I was just talking on the phone to my guy Lump just yesterday. And was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. And he asked me about what I thought about Sebastian Fundora being a last-minute replacement for Tszyu. And the first thing that I said to him, and I'm going to say it to you all right now, live and living color, because this is the premise, the foundation that I have built this YouTube channel on with the assistance and the support of all of you, the Roll the Tape Film crew members. And that is, y'all know my slogan, good representation in this business is priceless. Remember I always tell y'all that? Well, now it rings true. I mean, let's keep it 100 right now. Sebastian Fundora got knocked out in his last fight. Remember when he fought the guy that was on the SNAC program, Brian Mendoza, a guy who I watched his body transform. I got pictures of Brian Mendoza before he even went on the SNAC program. I'm going to leave that alone. But my point is, all of a sudden, there was no VADA testing in that fight, and he did knock him out. All I'm saying is, this is all facts, though. Don't get mad at me. These are facts. All I'm saying is that Sebastian Fundora just got knocked out in his last fight. He lost. He lost in his last fight, right? That's all I'm saying. He lost in his last fight, but here it is. He's getting an opportunity to fight for a world title. There's a reason why. Now, the reason is going to defy all of the people that don't know anything about the business of boxing, that keep blaming things on the business of boxing. You've heard a lot of people, oh, it's the business of boxing. It's the politics of boxing. We've heard this on YouTube for years now. Well, take it from a person who's active in the business. Don't listen to people that don't have any experience in this field because they don't know what they're talking about. This, what I'm about to say to you, defies all of that. And I'm talking about the fact that Sebastian Fundora has good representation. How do we know that? Because he got the call. He got the phone call. He just lost in his last fight. How many times can you say that a fighter loses in their last fight, especially by devastating knockout, and then in their next fight, yes, I know his next fight was officially scheduled to fight someone else on this undercard. I agree with you. Talking about Sebastian Fundora. But when the last time you saw somebody get knocked out, lose in their last fight, get scheduled to fight on the same card, and then all of a sudden become the opponent for the main event for a world title? That's because of good representation in this business. And I'm talking about Samson Lukowitz, an international promoter who has done great things in the sport of boxing. You might not even know his name, but I'm sure many of you have seen his face thousands and thousands and hundreds and thousands of times. In fact, he's also the promoter of David Benavidez. I can name all the fighters that he promoted in the last 5 to 10 years, but I'm not going to run his resume down. My point is, he's a good promoter, and he has a great business relationship with Al Heyman. Okay, and so now Sebastian Fundora is going to fight Tszyu in the main event. And from what I can see, and this is not a knock on Keith Thurman, not a knock on Keith Thurman at all, but from what I can see, I think this is going to be a good fight while it lasts. And I hate to use the words while it lasts, but I have to keep it all the way 100. I'm not going to give a breakdown. I'm not going to give an analysis. I'm not going to give a prediction and all of that. Not today. We're going to do that together. Remember, I'm going to set a panel up. Y'all know how I do. I'm going to set a panel up so many of you can come join the show and we all can break bread and talk about it together. We will do that. If not Friday, definitely early next week, we want to take care of that. But the point is that Sebastian Fundora has good representation. You see, when it's not the business of boxing, nobody speaks on it. When it's not the business of boxing, some people lie and say it is. Oh, it's the sport of boxing. It's the business of boxing. It's the politics of boxing. We've heard this on YouTube. Well, what about this situation? What about when the business of boxing is working for fighters? What about it? Most people don't speak on it in this way, and that's why I'm glad that you are here. So the thing is, CEO Sense, is that Sebastian Fundora was already on the undercard. He was already on the undercard to fight, I forgot the guy's name. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he was going to fight him on the undercard. And that was going to be a tough fight too. That was definitely not going to be a walk in the park, right? But the great thing about it is it's on pay-per-view. So he was already scheduled to fight. Sebastian Fundora was, right? He was already in training camp to fight on this undercard. So it's not like he's not in shape. That's what I'm basically trying to say, right? Now, with that being said, now he's fighting against Tszyu. And there are a lot of adjustments that Tszyu is going to have to make. First and foremost, he's fighting a fighter who's way taller than him, who has the height advantage and has the reach advantage. But that can play into the hands of Tszyu. Why? Because Sebastian Fundora, unfortunately, he doesn't use his height and his reach, particularly his reach, to his advantage majority of the time. Most of the time when you see him fight, he's fighting on the inside. He's fighting on the inside. He's not using his reach. He's not using that jab, right, to prevent the shorter, smaller fighters from coming in. No, he want to fight you in a phone booth. He want to lock horns with you with his shoe tied to your shoe as an opponent. And he want to bang it out. That's Fundora's style. But in this fight, Fundora, and I'm not saying he should be able to make an adjustment that quick. All right, because he also got to make an adjustment because his opponent has changed as well. But in this fight, if he think he's going to fight Tszyu effectively on the inside, he has another thing coming. All right. And so what he needs to do is he needs to use that height and that reach to his advantage. Another thing that Tszyu is going to have to do to make an adjustment is he's going to have to start getting sparring partners now. And I'm talking about a specific type of sparring partner. I'm talking about a southpaw, because we know that Keith Thurman is not a southpaw. He's an orthodox fighter. Well, Sebastian Fundora, you see how he fight. All right, so he's a southpaw. And so now Tszyu has to make those type of adjustments to go in there and fight a guy who's a southpaw with a reach advantage and a height advantage. And don't get it twisted, Sebastian Fundora, he can punch. He doesn't look like he have a whole lot of muscles. He don't look like he's strong because he's tall, he's lanky. You know, his body frame don't look like Hercules, right? But he can crack. He got power. You know, he reminds me of the smaller version of a Kelly Pavlik. Kelly Pavlik, one of my favorite fighters from Youngstown, Ohio. Hall of Famer too. Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Famer, by the way. But yeah, man. Fundora, hey, getting a shot at the title. He's on the main event. Now, it's funny in a good way, right? To all of you that's watching. What's up, P Flame? It's funny because the last time I was here, and you can go back when you get off of this live, go back and watch the last live when I was here. You remember when I was talking about the business of boxing and how I made some references to the A side and the B side when I was basically breaking down some of my own quotes and comments that I've made on YSM Sports Media. You remember in August of 2022 when I was interviewed by YSM Sports Media? Remember the last time I was here? And remember I said that as a manager, and a promoter too, but as a manager, one of the things that managers can do to negotiate, you know, on behalf of their fighter is to basically tell the promoter, look, this is short notice. Short notice. So these are some of the demands, you know, that we can make if you want us to save your card. Remember I talked about that? Remember? And look what happened. You see, my point is saying that is, it just so happened, SBG Mello, that I was just talking about this the last time I was on here. I was just talking about the A side and the B side and some of the benefits of banning a B side, especially as a last minute replacement. Remember I was talking about that? So guess what? Fundora, last minute replacement. So the money that Fundora was going to make fighting on the undercard of this Tszyu versus Keith Thurman card, his money just went up. Listen, hey, he's saving the card right now. He's saving the card because guess what? Not saying that he couldn't find another 154 pounder who's credible, who's durable enough to fight Tszyu. But what better way to upgrade a fighter who's already on the undercard, who's already sold tickets to his friends, to his family members, right? So this is one of those good business tactics that Tom Brown, Al Heyman, and PBC did to be able to say, look, we have a very notable fighter at 154. He's available. He's already in training. He's already going to fight on the undercard anyway. We're going to throw a couple dollars, a couple more dollars, and increase his income from being on the undercard. Now he's the main event. Win, lose, or draw, his purse has gotten bigger. And on top of that, he could become a world champion if he beats Tszyu. Now, the problem is, salute to my guy, KQKC Boxing Network. I see you, my brother. Woo, double salute. Member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew, 2 Cents Boxing is here. Remember, Fundora lost in his last fight. See, that's the part that shows good representation in this business. It's priceless, like I always say, because he lost in his last fight. Most times, when a fighter loses in their last fight, especially the way Fundora lost, and we need to call a question of that win because, you know, Mendoza ain't really, I really haven't seen him have a whole bunch of one-punch knockout power. Anyway, I'm elite because I know he's on the SNAC program. I know he's on the SNAC. Victor Conti told us when he was on this channel, he's on the SNAC program. And it works. But the point that I'm making is anytime a fighter loses, especially in dramatic fashion, the way Fundora lost, you know, the next fight is usually a fight that'll build that fighter's confidence up. A fight that the opponent doesn't have a whole lot of power, right? Because you want to bring the fighter back into contention, right? Oh, you didn't know that, P Flame? You didn't know that Brian Mendoza was on the SNAC program when you hold on one second. I don't want to interrupt the show. And somebody just said, salute those brother, new subscriber from La Baja. Salute to the new subscriber. Yes. Let me see if I can find a picture. I want to show y'all this because P Flame didn't know anything about Brian Mendoza being on SNAC. I just want to show y'all this if y'all don't mind. But basically what I'm saying is Fundora is getting a good payday, right? But he's getting into the ring with another power puncher. You know, this was remind me of something. And I'm not saying the outcome is going to be the same. Just hear me out. Remember when Julius J. Rock Williams, he fought a power puncher in Jarrett Hurd? Y'all remember that? In his next fight, he fought the guy Benavidez, right? And then he got knocked out. That was in Philly. That was here in our hometown. And he lost his title. Okay, case in point, let me see. Let's look at Brian Jennings. A lot of people sleep on Brian Jennings. He's a good fighter. But remember BY? We call him BY here in Philly. He's from Philly. Brian Jennings. Brian Jennings got in the ring in Fort Klitschko. Remember? Remember he fought Vladimir Klitschko, a power puncher. He did very well in that fight, by the way. It was in Madison Square Garden back in, what, 2013 or 14. But his next fight was against Louis Ortiz, King Kong. And he got knocked down about 2 or 3 times. What I'm basically saying is that when you go into the ring after getting knocked down or knocked out or fighting someone with power, you're more susceptible as a fighter to get knocked down or knocked out again. You understand? Because you're in there again with another power puncher. But hey, opportunities like this don't come around often. So, Smooth Criminal, I appreciate Tszyu agreeing to fight Fundora. Listen, I appreciate Fundora saying, listen, I got another crack at the title. I want to compete. I'm an athlete. I'm a fighter. I live for moments like this. I've been training. Even though I'm supposed to be fighting somebody else, I'm on a card anyway. I done sold tickets to my friends, to my family members. I'm taking this fight. Because you saw how easy it was for both of these guys to agree to terms. Tszyu and Fundora. So that goes to let you know right there, neither one of these guys wanted to lose a payday. And they shouldn't. And I don't know what happened with Keith Thurman. I don't know if he's injured. I think he really is injured. He's been injury prone over the years. But I hope everything gets better with Keith Thurman. If his health is not on point, maybe he should take a step back, because I don't want to see no fighters get hurt. You know what I mean? Unnecessarily anyway, if they're not going to compete. But, you know, I'm not here to tell a man not how to retire or nothing, but I'm just saying I don't want Keith Thurman to keep getting hurt. We keep thinking he's going to fight, and then he gets injured again or re-injured. I don't know if he has a re-injury. And then, you know, unfortunately, he don't fight, and we buy into wanting to see him fight. I think this fight right here, while it lasts, I'm not giving a prediction, but I'm saying while it lasts, you know, Fundora, he's going to have to use his height and reach in this fight. Trying to fight Tszyu on the inside, no, you're going to have to keep Tszyu off you, because I already know what Tszyu going to do. I know what he's going to do. Or at least I believe I know what he's going to do. Tszyu going to bring the fight to Fundora. Because he knows he's tall. He knows he's linky. He knows that Fundora's chin has been tested, not just once by Mendoza. Remember, Erickson Lubin knocked him down. Remember? In their fight. What was that, like a year and a half ago, something like that? Last year? Was it last year? I don't know. I think it was like a year and a half ago or something. But, so Tszyu know the boy ain't got no chin like that. So if he's not going to use his jab and his height, his reach, this might be a short night for him. You know, I want to show you a picture of something. Since I brought up Mendoza's name in the SNAC program, I want to show y'all something. I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can find this picture. I want to show y'all something. How Brian Mendoza looked before he went to SNAC. Hold on for a minute. To all of my Spanish audience, un momento, un momento, un momento. Listen, while I'm getting this Brian Mendoza picture out for you all, as the viewership is increasing exponentially, I was supposed to have a special guest that was going to come on here tomorrow, live in living color. However, there were schedule conflicts where the guests would not be able to have a lot of time, okay? And I wanted to make sure that when the guests come on, that we have at least 1 hour to be able to really talk and digest some things and give you all some education. And so next Thursday, I spoke with the guest earlier today. Next Thursday, the guest will be here. Special guest, interview, 1 hour. Come on back next Thursday. I'm not getting off yet. I'm just looking for this picture real quick. I want to show y'all something. I probably passed it already, running my mouth. But yeah, so next Thursday, the guest will special guest. Special guest. I'm gonna let you know who it's going to be. Not today though. I got to bring some suspense to all of this, so you can get your questions, your super chats, and everything ready. I got something for you. But I'm telling you like this here. I'm gonna put it to you like this. This interview that I'm going to do next week with this guest, if anyone questions any more of my credentials, my qualifications, my character, or anything else that people discredit me for on YouTube, after next Thursday, if you ain't going to respect me after next Thursday, you're never going to respect me. I've been being so respectable and humble, and the things that I've been doing thus far has been showing people what this business is all about. But next Thursday, I'm telling you, you got to come on back. Got to come on back. And this is not just for those that support me. If you don't like me, I want you to come on back because we got a lot of education for you. I want to show you this picture of and entertainment too. I can't leave that part. But there's a picture I think I passed it. Y'all. I got to show y'all this picture. You know, I keep records of this stuff, y'all. I don't know why they keep playing with me, acting like I just start studying all of this stuff. I've been on this thing for 15 years. Where they been at? Hold on, I want to show y'all this Mendoza picture. Where this Mendoza picture? I've been following this stuff. I've been doing my homework and my research. Yeah. Shalom, Ben Israel. Dang, hold on. I got to show y'all. I got it. Because I was waiting to show y'all this, but I'm just going to show y'all this picture anyway. Well, as soon as I find it, I'm going to show it to y'all too. We're going to get to that Canelo Alvarez. I'm going to play the interview that he conducted yesterday on Fight Hub TV about Al Heyman and David Benavidez and everything. I'm going to break that down too. Hold up for a minute. Where's that picture? It's in here. Well, let me show y'all this real quick then. Why not? Who did? That's why I asked y'all a question. I don't want to start nothing. But since we on it, I might as well start something. Hold on, I just want to ask a question. Who did? Y'all see who that? Let me, I don't want nothing to glare off of this thing here. Who that? Somebody type the name in the chat if you know who that was. If you know who that was that I just showed y'all, type his name in the chat, please. I'm going to look for this other picture. Yeah, I see you, Clifford. Yeah. Clifford got it right. I'm going to show you again, Big Supreme. Hold on, let me make sure. Who is that? Yeah, that was before he went to the SNAC program. I'm going to show you again. Look. Yeah. That was him before he went to SNAC. Oh, look at that boy now. Go on, hold on. Let me see if this is a bigger picture. Look at that boy now. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Look at that SNAC program. Ooh-wee. I got one of Brian Mendoza too. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all Brian Mendoza. Hold on for 1 minute. Woo! Look at that boy. Look at that boy. That boy there. Woo-wee. Man, oh man. The SNAC program works. I've been telling y'all. Look at this one right here. Ooh, let me see if I have to turn it this way. Woo-wee. Day. Ooh, that transition is real, ain't it? Man, that's all I'm saying. The transition, that's all I was saying. I gotta find this picture of Brian Mendoza. I'm gonna show y'all something, man. It's in here. You know, I got the receipts. I got them in here. I'm gonna find it. I'm definitely gonna find it. Dang, I gotta find this. Where is this thing? Where is this picture, man? I'm gonna get it for y'all though. Hold on. Dang, man. Well, anyway, it's in here though. I don't know, man. It's in here. Anyway, I was trying to show y'all about Brian Mendoza. This is another picture. This is, oh no, this ain't him. That ain't it. Dang. Man, I was trying to show y'all how the transition be, man. I gotta find that Brian Mendoza. Y'all gotta give me a second. I have to find it. It's in here. I can't let y'all down like that. Ooh, look at that, look at that. Ooh, that SNAC program, that SNAC. Ooh, that SNAC. Ooh, that transition be crazy. You know what I'm talking about? Man, hold up, man. Brian Mendoza picture at? It's probably way back. And I got pictures, man. I got evidence, man. I got all kind of stuff, man, in this phone. I got screenshots. I got it all. Dang, where's this picture of Brian Mendoza? Dang. It's in here though. Y'all get the point. Asante, you get the point. Yeah, y'all get the point, right? Yeah. I'm still being held accountable for words that I don't say. I'm being held accountable again for words that I didn't say. I already talked to y'all about that before, but it's still happening again. Listen, I have a picture in here, a couple of pictures of Brian Mendoza's transformation and his transition, but I can't find who that? Ooh-wee. That SNAC program works. That thing work, you hear me? That thing work. I don't know what y'all talking about. Dang, I cannot find this picture, y'all. It's a couple of pictures. I don't know where's this picture at. Anyway, well, listen, I'm not gonna hold the show up because of this. That's not fair to y'all. But I will say that maybe next time when y'all come back, I'll make sure I have it. It's in here. It's somewhere. I got so much. I got so many videos, pictures, screenshots. I got a lot of not just snack stuff. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about just in general, on my phone. But I really want y'all to see this. This is important. Man. Really want y'all to see it. Because my man P Flame, here you go. I knew I was going to find it. That devil's a liar, ain't he? I knew I was going to find it. Then Brian Mendoza before that snap. Look at Brian Mendoza. Look. Ooh, look at that boy. That before snap. You see him? That's before snap. That's before he fought Fundora. You see him? Ooh. Now I'm going to show you how he looked. I'm going to show you how he looked when he fought Fundora. My goodness. You know what y'all talking about. It wasn't no VADA testing in that fight. That's what Victor Conti told us. He said there was no VADA testing in that fight with Fundora and Mendoza. He was here when he said that. That's what he said. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what he said. I guess we got to take his word for it. You know what I mean? That's what he told us. You know? That's what that man told us. So, we take his word for it. Let me see something real quick here. See if we can find some other pictures that I saved here of that. See if we can. Ooh, there you go. Let me show you. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Ooh, that boy with that SNAC program. Oh, let me see what that SNAC program look like. Hold on, brothers. Hold on, my brothers and sisters. We're going to get to it now. Now, let me show y'all again. Hey, hold on, Big Supreme. That was him before SNAC. That's him. There you go. You see that? Yeah. Now, let me show y'all again. There's no SNAC logo nowhere on his trunks. Let me show you again. Y'all see that? All right. That Brian Mendoza. That before SNAC program. Now I'm going to show you what he looked like after all of that. We're gonna show it to you. Ooh, that program works. You hear me? Let me show you what that program. Look at that program. Look at that boy in that program. Ah, look at that boy in that program. Ooh, got obliques and everything, huh? You. That program will transform your life. You hear me? Yeah, you get mad at me all you want to. Yeah, don't get mad at me. Hey, let me show y'all again. Oh, this for the haters right there. I'm going to show the haters again. They be getting mad when I talk about this topic. Hold on. Here you go. Look. Ooh, look at that right there. Dang. Yeah, well, that's what's going on. Man, let me go ahead on. Let me go ahead on and finish my point about good business and good representation. Because when you look at Sebastian Fundora, he got knocked out last fight, haven't fought in a long time. Haven't fought in a long time, Uptown boy. He haven't fought in a long time, and he's coming off of a loss. Now, this was supposed to be more of a comeback fight for him on the undercard of this Tszyu versus Keith Thurman. But good representation in this business is priceless. That's one of my slogans. I keep telling y'all that. And so because he has good representation, and I'm talking about Sebastian Fundora, all right? He has good representation. Who is his representation? Well, he has the same promoter that David Benavidez have. Samson Lukowitz, right? And so Samson Lukowitz, obviously, as we know, have a good relationship with Al Heyman. And that's why his fighters are able to get the money, number one, gain the exposure, number two, and number three, get the opportunities that they get because he's a good businessman and he has a great connection with Al Heyman. And so, of course, under the PBC banner, David Benavidez, we've seen how David Benavidez has flourished under the PBC banner. And we also have seen how Sebastian Fundora came up in the rankings under the PBC banner. But both of those guys are promoted by Samson Lukowicz. And because Samson Lukowicz is a good businessman, a good promoter, a great promoter, Hall of Famer, this is why Sebastian Fundora is gaining the opportunity that he's getting to fight for a world title after he's coming off of a loss. Not just a loss on points, not a loss on the scorecards, a knockout loss. That's good business. That's good business. Okay? And so Tszyu, he said, look, I'm open for the challenge. Let's go. Because here's the great thing, and I said this the last time I was here, and I'm spending the block. Thank you, Terrence Crawford. I'm about to spend the block. SPEND. With that being said, the last time I was here, what did I tell you all? I gave you all the blueprint of how B side and A side works. I gave you all the information on how opponents make money in this business, even on short notice. Remember? And here we are with a real life example of it happening with Fundora. He's a last minute replacement, right? He was supposed to be on the undercard, but he's been elevated up all the way up to the main event. He was already in training camp, so it's not like he's coming out of, the forest or the beach or a library relaxing. No, he's been in the gym training. He's not coming out of nowhere. He's coming to fight. He's not going to lay down for Tszyu. I don't believe he will. I just don't see how he's going to be effective fighting on the inside like he's done his previous opponents, like he's tried to do Mendoza. He's going to have to utilize that jab, his height, and his reach to be able to disrupt the timing, the rhythm that Tszyu does a great job with having rhythm when he's getting on the inside. Okay? I'm not going to give a prediction or a breakdown or analysis just today. I want a whole panel of you all that want to join the platform, join the show, give me what you all think as well. Sometime, if we don't do it Friday, probably sometime next week, all right? Eduardo, Cash App is $Manager Marty. That's for anybody that want a Cash App that was asked of me in the chat. $MANAGER MARTY. Let me play what Canelo Alvarez said. I think it was yesterday at the press conference. He was asked this question. I forgot the guy's name. I don't know the guy's name, but he has the Fight Hub TV channel on YouTube. And I wanted to break down some of the things Canelo said when he was asked a certain question about leaving PBC, coming back, being a free agent. So hold on one sec. And David Benavidez.
For you on the future, are you going to be a free agent? Like, what happened with you splitting from PBC, then coming back?
I'm very happy to work with everybody. No, I'm happy to work with Al Heyman, and he's happy to work with me. And if something happened or something there is for me more important, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be good with Heyman, with everybody. I like to work with everybody, and they know I'm very disciplined. I'm very hard worker, and that's why I can do anything.
Is this true? Let me know if this is true or if people are wrong. Is it true you offered $5 million for a Benavidez fight and then you guys didn't hear back?
No. Nothing is true. I don't know where you. Yeah, nothing.
I think the dad said, "Oh, they offered us $5 million," and
Never.
Okay.
Not that. I know, and I know everything.
All right, so you heard Canelo say he don't mind working with anybody. He doesn't mind working with anybody. He loves working with Al Heyman. He has no problem with working with Al Heyman. Al Heyman loves working with him. Al Heyman does not have a problem working with him. So what Canelo was doing was dispelling the myths of all of this back and forth with him leaving PBC, coming back to PBC. All of this, Al Heyman is not a good businessman. He's about to lose Canelo. Eddie Hearn's going to sign Canelo to Matchroom and the Zone. We've heard all of the rumors. We've heard all of the rumors. I just wanted to point out that we've heard people like Rick Glaser, some of the people that listen to him, content creators that listen to him, try to basically criticize Al Heyman and PBC. But we see that Canelo is fighting on Amazon Prime. We see that Canelo is fighting under the PBC banner. We see that Canelo Alvarez is doing business with Al Heyman. Again. So that dispels that myth. Now he's going to be asked about David Benavidez. He's going to be asked about him. And he was just asked about him. Y'all heard him say that he did not, him or his team or nobody else from, I guess, Canelo Promotions, reached out to David Benavidez and offered him $5 million. He said that was not true. He said never. That never, ever happened. Okay, that's what he said. Now, I know Jose Benavidez Sr. has been on record saying that Canelo Alvarez's people reached out to them, offering them $5 million to fight Canelo. Let's hear why Canelo finally says the reason why he don't want to fight Benavidez. In other words, is he don't mind fighting Benavidez, meaning he's not scared to fight Benavidez. But there's a specific reason that he claimed he wouldn't fight Benavidez. And I want us all to hear it. This is an interview that was conducted. The source is Fight Hub TV.
He offered the amount he say that amount I can make with anybody. So that's nothing.
You don't think that's the one of the biggest fights that can be made?
I don't maybe, who knows? But you know, he brings nothing to the table for me. It's just he brings just 25 pounds more in the night, the fight on the night. That's it. But if some promoter, not him because he's nothing to offer me anything.
All right, so he said the only thing that David Benavidez brings to the table is weighing an extra 25 pounds in one night. That's it. That's what he's saying. I think he's talking about rehydration. I could be wrong. But that's all he's basically saying is that's the only thing he brings to the table for me is basically me gaining more weight to make it an even playing field because he's definitely going to rehydrate. He said that David Benavidez didn't bring anything to the table for him. He said that he's not a big draw compared to some of the other guys that he fought. And I'm only saying the last part of compared to the other guys that he fought because if you look at Charlo is a big draw, but we already know that when it's black or African-American versus Mexico, especially if two fighters are good, both fighters are good and competitive, it usually turned out as a big draw, right? So the thing about it is, though, he said that he doesn't bring anything to the table. So I have a question about that. Canelo said David Benavidez don't bring anything to the table for him, I guess, at this phase of his career. And I know he's talking about money. When he's saying that, let me be clear, because we're talking business now. He's talking about money. In other words, he said, I can make the money that he's talking about. offering him, I can make that with any, when I fight anybody, I'm a big draw. I can make that money that he's talking about. So from a business standpoint, Canelo is saying, David Benavidez, do not bring anything to the table for him. I have a question about that. How come when Terrence Crawford said that the reason why he won't fight Jaron Boots Ennis is because Jaron Boots Ennis don't bring anything to the table for him? Y'all remember that? Terrence Crawford said that, right? He said, at this stage of my career, I want big paydays. Jaron Boots Ennis don't bring nothing to the table for me. Terrence Crawford fans agreed with him. Some other people, they agreed with him. It wasn't a problem for some content creators. It wasn't a problem for some boxing fans. It was not a problem for some boxing insiders when Terrence Crawford said that he won't fight Jaron Boots Ennis because Jaron Boots Ennis is not a draw. He's young. He don't bring anything to the table for Bud Crawford. But now Canelo is saying the same thing about Benavidez not bringing anything to the table. Being young, not being a draw compared to, him as the 8th side. And he's getting criticized even for that. Why is that? I guess that's my question. Why is that? That's what I just want. If Terrence Crawford can say that Jaron Boots Ennis, a younger guy who can fight, who's undefeated in the same weight class, who have a world title, if Terrence Crawford can say that about Boots Ennis, then how come Canelo can't say that about Benavidez? When Benavidez is young, like Boots, has a title like Boots, undefeated like Boots. How come Canelo can't get away with saying Benavidez don't bring nothing to the table? I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question. That's all. It's just a question. Because when Terrence Crawford said it about Boots, majority of Terrence Crawford fans, they made that acceptable. Ring Kings podcast. It was cool. It was cool, Clifford. You know what I mean? When people were saying that, hey, I agree with Terrence Crawford. Boots is young. He don't bring nothing to the table. Yeah, he's undefeated and he's a world champion, but he's not a draw compared to Crawford. Crawford's the A side. But now Benavidez is in the same position that Boots is in when it comes to Canelo. So why can't Canelo say the same thing that Terrence Crawford said? Yeah, Benavidez is young. Yeah, he's undefeated. Yeah, he's a world champion, but he's not a big draw. He don't bring nothing to the table for me as the A side. This is Canelo saying this. I'm not saying Canelo was ducking. I'm not saying he wasn't ducking. I don't get into ducking. I don't get into that. All I know is when two fighters want to fight, they fight. That part, that's what I know. And I've been standing on that since day one. So all I'm saying is if Canelo has to be held accountable, so should Terrence Crawford. And if Terrence Crawford is held accountable, Canelo should be held accountable too. That's the point that I'm trying to bring. See, we can't keep being biased because somebody is your favorite fighter. And it's okay to have favorite boxers. This is the sport of boxing, right? But the thing is, Terrence Crawford did the same thing when it came to Boots. So now the same energy that was given to Crawford, we got to get that same energy to Canelo. Now, yes, I understand. Listen, I told y'all, if I was managing Terrence Crawford, I told y'all already, I would do a press conference within 48 hours. And I would tell the public, the media, my client is moving up to 154 pounds. He's going to vacate all of the belts at welterweight. My client is not scared of Boots. My client does not think it is in his best interest financially okay, with the big bag that he just received in fighting Errol Spence, to go take 10 steps back financially to please the crowd, something that he's already accomplished in his career, something that he's already done multiple times in his career by pleasing the crowd, right? Even include his last fight, to go and fight a young, hungry lion. So we're going to move up, vacate the titles, and we're going to let the young man shine. We're going to let Boots Ennis take over the division. So we're moving up. My client only has about 2 more fights in him, and that's it. He has nothing else to prove. That's what I would say. Whether it be a press conference, a press release, right? A big interview on YouTube. Bottom line is, my client does not benefit fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. So we're moving up at the 154-pound division. If I was managing Crawford, I told y'all this before. So when it comes down to Canelo, right? If Canelo wants to say that, he has every right to say that the money that he would make fighting somebody else will be more than the money that he'll make if he fought Benavidez. He has every right to say that. I can't criticize him. Just like I can't criticize Crawford when he said it to Boots. All I'm saying is that one of the differences is that Crawford talked on the FaceTime on $1 million worth of game with Boots and Bozy and gave the impression that he wanted to fight Boots. That's the difference. Whereas though I never heard Canelo say that I'll fight him next. Talking about Benavidez. He did say, I did hear him say, I think it was a year or 2 ago, he said, I'm not scared to fight Benavidez. I'll fight him. I don't know why the media keeps saying I won't fight him. I don't know where y'all hearing this from. I think that was last year when he said that. But I haven't heard him say, I'll fight him next. Just like I didn't hear Bud Crawford say he'll fight Boots next. But I did hear Crawford say to Boots on the FaceTime, $1 million worth of game interview, why didn't you take the WBO route and all of this stuff, right? So that's kind of the only difference I see between Bud Crawford and Boots and the Canelo and the David Benavidez. That's the only difference I would see. I'm talking about as far as with both fighters, Canelo and Crawford, how they both handled the same situation with an undefeated, young, hungry lion who has a world title. Because that's what Benavidez and Boots have in common right now. Well, there is one thing they don't have in common, and that is David Benavidez, his performance is enhanced. I mean, he is rolling with Memo Heredia, Angel Memo Heredia, right? And before that, he was with Alex Ariza, right? Oh, okay. I just want to make sure we was clear on that. And so for you that's hating saying that Boots was with the SNAC, he wasn't on the SNAC program. Let's be clear on that. I'm not here defending him. I'm just telling y'all the facts. Because y'all going to say I'm being biased because he's from my city and I'm cool with them, him and Bozy and them. But the truth of the matter is he wasn't on the SNAC program. So we can kill all of that. But the bottom line is that if Boots deserve a shot at Crawford, David Benavidez deserves a shot at Canelo. Nobody can be biased. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I can understand Canelo don't want to fight him because he's young, he undefeated, he hungry. He has a world title. But I'm going to stick to my guns. And I'm standing 10 toes on this. I believe, and I'm going to say it again, Canelo Alvarez is not interested in fighting Benavidez. And hey, it might be because of the money, of course. I ain't going to doubt that. But at the same time, I do believe that because Canelo Alvarez is from and lives in Mexico, he understands how readily available, how accessible, how easy it is to purchase performance enhancement, illegal drugs, over the counter at pharmacies in his country in Mexico. And the guy who showed us on documentaries, go on YouTube, you don't take my word for it, go on YouTube, you'll see the guy who's working in the camp of David Benavidez for the last several fights, Angel Memo Heredia. He's on documentaries going into the pharmacy with cameras to show you how readily accessible PEDs are to be purchased over the counter in Mexico. And then he purchased it. I think it was EPO and HGH. Went home and started cooking it up on camera and show you how it works. And showed you how many the dosages. Check that documentary out. That was probably like 8 or 9 years ago. But all I'm saying is, I believe Canelo Alvarez and Memo Heredia is from Mexico as well. Okay? So I believe Canelo Alvarez is suspicious of David Benavidez because of his association with Memo Heredia, because Memo Heredia is from Mexico. You ain't hear this from nobody else. That's just my opinion. I don't mind if I'm wrong, but you got to look at what it is. I believe Canelo Alvarez is suspicious because he's from Mexico, Angel's from Mexico, and they know how easy it is to get these things. And some people are not sold. I'm not saying that Memo Heredia is a dirty coach or he's cheating or he's doing anything illegal. I'm not saying that. Victor Conte did on this channel. Remember that? Okay. I'm not saying it. All I'm saying is I believe that Canelo Alvarez, being from Mexico, living in Mexico, he's suspicious of David Benavidez working with Memo Heredia. That's what I think. But bottom line is, Jaime Munguia is fighting Canelo Alvarez May 4th, Amazon Prime. And Munguia is from Mexico as well. We know that. He does a lot of business with Golden Boy Promotions. I think they promote him. Okay? So, this is going to be Mexican versus Mexican. When we know Canelo said in the past, he's not interested in fighting any more Mexicans. But I guess he's going to fight one on May 4th. I'm not mad at him. I had a question, though, and I'm going to let y'all go. How come every time Golden Boy Promotions do a big card, it's always in a co-promotion? You ever notice that? You know, like when Ryan Garcia fought Tank Davis, right? Co-promotion. You know when Ryan Garcia about to fight Devin Haney, right? Matchroom, The Zone, co-promotion. And now here we are, Jaime Munguia fighting Canelo, PBC, co-promotion. I wonder, how come their fighters don't get their own card on pay-per-view? I'm talking about Golden Boy fighters, Golden Boy Promotions fighters. They're stars over there at their promotion company. They never headline their own pay-per-view. I'm talking about a mega pay-per-view fighting another superstar. I always find that interesting when I think about it. Hey, Deem, this is not the joint with the link. This is regular live. This is regular YouTube live. This is not. I'm talking like, because he's from Philly, so I'm saying John. This is not the platform with the link. This is directly streaming off of YouTube. But Friday, when we come back on Friday, I will make sure that I have the Zoom. I mean, not the Zoom. The what you call it? The StreamYard, so that everybody can come on and rock out like we do on the panel and all that. So come on back, Deem, on Friday. I got you. Double salute to my guy. Woo! DC Jeroy. Man, I miss you, DC Jeroy. What's good with you? DC Jeroy, thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. DC Jeroy says, my good brother, what's up? Good to always know you're sticking to the plan. Truth, facts, and cooking. You better believe it. What's going on, Irvin Mack? Salute to you again, DC Jeroy. DC, while you here, I'm about to let everybody go, but I got to leave y'all with this. What's the day? I'm I'm gonna try to come back Friday. I got somewhere. I'm gonna try to come back Friday, all right? But look, next Thursday now. Yeah, they still shadow banning me, Dean. They still shadow banning me, bro. YouTube still shadow banning me. That's a known fact at this point. I got you, Dean. Trust me, I got you, big homie. What was I saying Friday? I'm going to have the panel. I'm trying to come back Friday, had a panel. But because DC Jeroy is here, he missed it because he wasn't here in the beginning. Some of y'all missed it too. I'm going to let y'all go in a few seconds. Next Thursday, I appreciate you. Who is that? Cash Mary. Hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Cash. Thank you. I try to make sure when I'm in business mode, when I take care of business during the day, I try to come back and make sure I don't change my clothes and I just get right into just business. You know what I'm talking about? Watch when I wear my suit next week. Because next week, I'm going to wear a full suit. Wonder why? We have a very special guest. Next Thursday, the guest was supposed to be here tomorrow. But I was corresponding with the guest today, and the guest is not able to come tomorrow because the guest has some scheduling conflicts. I've already planned that the guest would be here a month ago. So this is not something that this just simultaneously happened because I'm doing a live today. No, this guest and I agreed for the guest to come on the platform a month ago. A month ago, matter of fact, probably a month and a half ago. Okay, so next Thursday, I'll let you know who it is. You got to come back. You got to come back Friday and Monday. I promise you, I'm going to let you know who the guest is. Brian, that's your name, Brian? Salute to you, Brian. Thank you so much for the compliment. Appreciate you. So come on back now. I'm not going to let you know Friday. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm not going to let you know Friday. It's too soon. You come back like Monday, like Tuesday, like Wednesday. Ooh. Hey, DC Jeroy, when I bring this guest on next Thursday, if people don't respect the work that I've put in on YouTube for over a year and a half, if they ain't gonna respect it after Thursday, I don't know what else to do with the haters. Because the thing is this, the reason why people are hating, because deep down in their soul, Brian, they respect the work that I've put in. Their pride just won't let them tell me. But I don't live based off the affirmation of, I don't need validation from people, so it don't make a difference. What makes a difference is me putting in the work, and all of you are getting education and entertainment. But next Thursday, get your super chats ready, get your questions ready. I'm going to let you know who it is. Not today, though. But I'm telling you, we've been putting work in. We need answers. And our answers to all of our questions, hopefully, somehow, some way, should be answered. I don't know when, but we have so many different questions. But the bottom line is this. Come on back. Like I said, I'll let you know early Friday whether when I throw the link out there. If you don't get the notification, most of y'all don't get the notification. That's okay. I'm going to keep publishing and posting. Stay tuned. All right. But, man, we got some boxing to talk about. Woo! Double salute. 2 Cents Boxing. Double salute. She's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Road to Tape film crew. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. 2 Cents Boxing asked me male or female. 2 Cents Boxing, I can't tell you that now. Because if I told you it's a male, most people would be scrambling like, oh, who is it? If I told you it was a female, you'd be scrambling trying to figure out who it is. And I don't want you to do that. I want you all to be surprised. When I say the name, don't take this personal, 2 Cents. You know I love you. When I say the name, though, and 2 Cents, this is how I'm going to make it up to you, 2 Cents. When I tell you who it is, you're going to, 2 Cents Boxing, you're going to be excited. DC Jeroy, you're going to be excited. Who else is here that I know? It's going to, Big Supreme, you're going to be excited. Hey, Dean, you're going to be excited. All Things, you're going to be excited. Hot Sauce, you're going to be excited. Irvin Mack, I promise you, you definitely going to be excited. Hey, Keith, all the way from Mexico. You gonna be excited. Hey, I know my man Cliff gonna be excited. CEO Sense, you definitely gonna be excited. Who else gonna be? Cash Crypto? Hey, Cash, when I tell you who's gonna come over here, you're gonna be happy. You're gonna be proud of me, Cash. I know you already is, but woo! Watch me put this thing together. Ring Kings podcast, I know you're gonna be happy. I already know it. Who else we got in here that I know that's part of the Andre Smith gonna be real happy. If ain't nobody else gonna be very happy, Andre Smith, super happy. Big Supreme, I already know he gonna be, man, Uptown boy, Uptown, you gonna be happy. Ooh, y'all gonna be hyped when I bring this person on. You hear me? Hey, Brian King gonna be happy too. I already know Brian. I'm not even gonna say Asante's name. Asante L gonna fall out of his chair when he Asante L gonna fall out of his chair when I tell you who coming over here. I already know what? Super excited. What else we got in here real quick before I let y'all go? Oh man. Hey, Smooth Criminal. When I tell you who coming here next Thursday, y'all, I would have had the guests come tomorrow. But I ain't want to slight y'all for no 20 minutes. I think an hour is sufficient enough because everybody's time, is conflicting and scheduling and all that. But it would have been a 20-minute situation tomorrow. And I couldn't do that to my audience. I couldn't do it. So we just rescheduled. But I know y'all going to be happy. Y'all going to be proud of Manager Marty. I know you are. Oh, it's going to be an awesome interview. KQKC going to be happy too. Ooh. And I know for a fact that P Flame, I've been talking to P Flame knew a couple weeks ago. What was that? Like 2 or 3 weeks ago? I never told P Flame who it was, but I told P Flame I got something special for y'all. And I'm doing this for all of you, the Roll the Tape Film crew members who have supported me from day one. I got something for you. Ooh, why wouldn't that guest come on here? Oh, the Keggy gonna be real happy. Lucky McKinnell's gonna be happy. The whole squad. Andre Noble gonna be happy. Yo, all of the Roll the Tape Film crew members. Man, gonna be happy. I'm gonna have my suit on and everything. I'm trying to figure out what shirt I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna have a suit on. I might even go get a bow tie. I got a couple bow ties. Should I wear a bow tie for the interview? I don't know. Man, watch next Thursday. You better make sure y'all come. Don't forget. Now, I'll be on live before then, Keki. I'll be here before next Thursday. But I'm putting it out there now to get you all excited, get you ready next Thursday. But I'll let you all know that probably Friday, I'm coming back live on Friday. I'm going to have a panel so that people can come on. I haven't had a panel in a long time. We haven't done our Town Watch check-in. But on Friday, we're going to put everything back together, put the panel back together, get some predictions, some analysis, some breakdowns of the fights that's coming up. Get Deem's take, because I know Deem he's ready to air fry. So we're going to open the lines up for Deem, 2 Cents Boxing, anybody that want to come on. You know what I mean? Hey, we even welcome Bill Haney. Bill can come on, because he jumped on Fernand's channel, right? Last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that. Yeah, my people hit me up and say, hey, Bill Haney was on the channel. You know what I mean? I took a little peek over there, see what was going on. I only caught a few minutes, so I don't know everything that happened, but hey, I mean, we welcome Bill Haney over here too. It's no problem. You know what I mean? It's all good. Yeah. But listen, y'all, come back on Friday. I'm going to put the notifications out there. I appreciate y'all. Everybody that donated to the channel. I mean, make sure we don't have no cash out before I leave. Want to make sure. All right, we straight. We should be straight because I don't want to miss nobody. All right. Thank y'all for your contribution. The best and most important asset is time. And I appreciate all of you investing your time. Seriously, I know I entertain y'all and I play too much sometimes. But I'm all about business. I'm all about empowering people. That's what I do outside of YouTube. I appreciate you all. Come check me back out on Friday. And listen, I'm doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it.